Greetings. Welcome back to D Scraps E Scraps. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Scrappy D. So I have a short video for you today. I got 4 of these out of the server case yesterday. I know it's upside down, I'm sorry. This is from those Hewlett-Packard Pro Curve switches. And there are 4 of these. And they weigh a ton. Probably weighs 20 or 30 pounds. I mean, it's heavy. It took me 2 hands to get it into the house. I wish I could have shown you the cabinet, and I'm sorry I didn't, but I had to take it apart in sections to bring it into the house to scrap it out. We did the blades, the boards yesterday. I actually wound up with $70 worth of telecom boards out of that unit. That was awesome. That box is all packed up, ready to go to board sort, along with all of its friends. So I got this apart, and I took one apart already to see if it was going to be worth it. I usually don't take power supplies apart, but I was curious to see if there was anything outstanding in this thing because it was so heavy. I was looking for a transformer, but I did not find one. What I did find is there actually are 2 power supplies in here, which is power supply boards, which is why the darn thing was so heavy. There's a lot of wire, but there's some other goodies here that I'd like to show you. So there were 2 power supplies here, one on the top, one on the bottom, or one on the top, one on the bottom. There's a lot of really good, thick, high-grade wire. This is, I think, 60% recovery, and it's lower grade, but it pays better than the spaghetti wire does. It's bendy. You can bend this wire and it'll hold the shape. So it pays very well. That's all copper in there. There's really no way. Some people would strip that. Not me. Trying to get out from under mess, not add more. So I already did one of these, and let's see. So that would be this one. I took one of the toroids off. Actually, if I turn it around, it'll be easier to see. I took off this piece of aluminum. I took off that toroid, and I left the rest. I did take this off, and I'll show you why in a minute. And then off of this side, I took that piece of copper, and that piece of aluminum. Clean aluminum is, I think it's 45 cents a pound, at least it was the other day. As you all know, that changes quickly. This is very easy for me to clean. I just have to take these 2 MOSFETs off and just bend off those 2 pieces of steel, and then I'll have a nice piece of clean aluminum. Same thing here. I could throw it into dirty aluminum if I so chose, but that's only paying like 40 cents a pound. It's really not worth it to do. I got a motor, which is nice. But look at this. Those are beautiful brass pins. Why would you ever throw those in with the power boards? Well, I mean, you could, but... And this is what the brass pin board looks like once I wrestled it out and cut it free. So I'll just take a hammer to this after. I'll smash the plastic away, and I'll snip the brass. So that was definitely worth going after. I think that's all of it. Yeah. So like I said, I just wanted to take a minute or two and show you what was inside. Now, this is nice clean copper. These copper toroids actually are Very easy to scrap. This is ferrite, Ferrite, I believe. Ferrous, iron, steel. It makes a sooty black mess, so I don't advise cutting it. I mean, you could put it in a vise and you could cut it with your angle grinder. You can also smash the crap out of it with a hammer. I take it, I'll put it in the vise. Pretend this is a vise, okay? And I'll just tighten the vise until this breaks, and then I'll pull the copper off. I've got quite a nice tub of nice clean copper from doing those. That's fairly easy copper recovery for you. And again, you know, it doesn't really short the yard out too badly. We'll get this one. I wound up just throwing those power boards with the gigantic honking copper toroids on them. I wound up just putting them in shred. Not shred, selling it as power supplies. I left the toroids on. It's just, you know, it's, for a while again you run out of space. So the really big, they were those really big power boards, and they had like mega toroids on them. And it just was, they were too hard to get off. Possibly if I get some nice weather this week, I might take them out in the backyard and I might cut them. But I don't want to do that in the house. I don't want the mess. So again, these are just the things I take off the board. You don't have to. You can, you know, do whatever you choose. Oh, it's going to be a pain in the neck to get this off. I can already see it. Get that off. Cut this away. I'm going after those brass pins here. Needed bigger cutters. I told you this is a much thicker, heavier wire than that spaghetti wire is. I do think I'm going to go get myself another set of cutters tomorrow, just to make my life easier. Okay, so there's the brass pins. I'll unscrew the plastic cover, hopefully. Oh, my long-handled screwdriver grew legs and walked away. Here it is. They're really not that hard to get at. I think they're, you know, if you have time, you know, you don't have to scrap them all right away. You can get a big bin full and then scrap them out on a rainy day or something. My hands don't always cooperate with me, but I want to show you these. There we go. Rid of that. So I'll take this to a workbench. I'll bash the plastic off. I'll nip these and I'll have nice couple pieces of copper. I don't know if I don't think I'm going to go after this right now. I might later if I feel like it, but sometimes I just don't feel like it. And what's holding this on? That screw. I'm not lazy. I've just been processing stuff all week long, and I'm just slightly burned out. But I went out for lunch today with my nephew. That was really nice. It's nice having grown-up nieces and nephews. They're a lot of fun. And they said we may get some nice 40 and 50 degree weather finally this week. That would be really nice. Okay. That would be delightful. I have a couple of really huge battery backups that I have to scrap out, but they're too darn heavy to take them into the car, to the house. So they've been sitting in the back of the car. And they're actually super easy to scrap. Usually good for a battery, or a couple of batteries, and a nice transformer. But, you know, those computer server battery backups, they weigh a ton. So, if the weather's nice tomorrow, we'll take a walk out to Big Red and we'll scrap out a couple of those. Super easy to scrap, super value in them, but they weigh a ton, and the last thing I need to do is drop one on my foot or drop one on the kitchen table or some such thing. That would be distressing. Okay, so again, this wire you're definitely going to want to cut. That's straight out copper in there. It's really good wire. You're definitely going to want to take that. Well, I would. You guys can do whatever you want. Low grade board. Break that off. I'm not saving MOSFETs anymore, although, gosh, the name is going completely out of my head. He's a scrapper. His first name is Patrick, and he follows my channel, and he's a lovely gentleman from Ireland. He says he has a video up on his channel about scrapping out MOSFETs. I'm going to just take them off. I mean, I have a garbage can full, but I just... Now, I'm going to try and get this off. I'm going to leave this, and I'm going to leave that. I already know that. I will get these higher grade wires off. And maybe just these good clean copper toroids. I'm not going to... This big one I'll leave. That's kind of got a lot of lacquery, garbagey copper on it. These are nice clean number 2 copper. Usually pretty easy to get off. You know, if I say it's easy to get off, it's going to give me a hard time, right? Oh, I can't wait for daylight savings time. Usually by March, we start getting into a little bit milder weather. I'm in Connecticut. But I will tell you, I more than once remember snow on Easter. I've got the most hilarious picture of my nephew and nieces when they were little, and it had snowed. And the crocuses were poking up through the snow, and of course we had our Easter egg hunt, and I had put little Hershey's chocolate eggs into the crocuses, and they're poking out through the snow with the little tiny chocolate Easter eggs and the crocuses. The kids are out there. They didn't mind that it snowed. They're out there doing their Easter egg hunt. I used to stand behind the shed and throw chocolate covered coins, and used to yell, "It's raining money! It's raining money!" Good times. Now they're all older and starting to have kids of their own. Good times. I love a photo album. Photo albums are so much fun. Nobody uses them anymore. I do. These actually aren't really super hard to get at. They're held to the power board by like 4 strands of copper. So they're usually not too hard to get off. And if they become difficult to get off, well, the heck with them, right? Tell you, copper on the stock market has been all over it a lot this week. It's crazy. There we go. And these I don't mind scrapping out. These are easy. I can crush them all, put them all in a rubbish bin, and then just go through and pick out the copper. As I said, I might go after these, but these are kind of in the way, so, you know, I've got some copper, I've got some aluminum, I got some brass. I'm okay with throwing the rest of this into power supplies with no wires. Plenty of weight there for the wire, so not too I don't feel too bad about it. So I'm going to leave this, I'm going to leave that, so. These get sold locally. I don't ship these. I only pay 40 cents a pound, and it's going to cost me $1 a pound to ship them, so that doesn't sound cost effective. Damn, now it's just the principle of the thing. You're coming with me. Okay, or not. That's okay. Anyway, so that's a look what's inside those inside the power supplies that came off the switches. Like I said, I'll get the wire. I'll leave this. I'll leave that. Gotta leave a little bit something for the wires. So that probably will be it for videos today. And I want to wish everybody a lovely weekend. Have a good Sunday. And catch you on the next set of videos. Bye. Stay wonderful. God bless. Mwah.